This video will highlight all the steps required to remove the rear door trim panel on a Tesla Model 3. Make sure to watch the complete video as there's an important step about the rear door glass, and if not followed correctly, the glass may shatter. Before we begin, make sure to hit that subscribe button in the upper right hand corner for new Tesla content every week. There are two styles of rear door trim panels on a Tesla Model 3, but there is only one small difference. The first trim panel has two Torx 30 bolts located as shown here and here. The second style of trim panel, which is on the earlier Tesla Model 3s, is exactly the same except the upper Torx 30 bolt has a plastic cover hiding the bolt. The plastic cover can be removed by using your finger to lift the lower edge towards the inside of the vehicle. With the cover removed, you now have access to remove the bolt. The tools being used in this tutorial are a Torx T30 screwdriver and a clip tool, or you can use a flat blade screwdriver. We begin by removing the two Torx 30 screws. Starting at the inside upper corner, apply slight pressure, rolling the trim panel outward, working your way around the outside of the trim panel to release the 10 door trim panel clips. With the door trim panel removed from the vehicle, pull up the white insulator pad to locate the wiring harness connectors attaching to the trim panel. We will start at the wiring connector attaching to the lower trim panel light. Listen carefully when we disconnect the plug. This part of the video is critical. The wiring connector is released by pushing down the black tab and sliding the plug away from the light. But watch what happens to the rear door glass when the plug is disconnected. The glass raises when you disconnect the plug as it believes the door is now closed. The danger in this will be shown later in the video. We will now start disconnecting the remaining wiring connectors attaching to the door trim panel. The speaker plug is unplugged the same way as the lower trim panel light. There's one clip attaching the wiring harness to the trim panel that releases by prying upwards. There are 3 remaining plugs as shown in blue, white, and black. These plugs are all released the same way. I slide a flat blade screwdriver between them, which helps release the locking tab. Then you can just pull the plugs apart. The trim panel is now removed and the wiring is tucked behind the wiring on the door to prevent any damage when closing the door. Now it's time to show the danger with the rear door glass. With the trim panel off and the rear door glass raised, if you were to close your door, the glass would smash on the roof molding, causing it to shatter. There are 2 ways to prevent this from happening. Opening the rear door handle allows the glass to drop. You then carefully close the door and release the handle. The other way, which I would recommend, would be to lower the rear door glass from the front door handle switch, or have the door glass lowered before starting to remove the trim panel. Subscribe and stay tuned for new Tesla content every week.